the Shogun. Understand that I don't bow to no one. If they thinking that I do, let me know. So you looking up at the Shogun. Don't be surprised when I'm finna justify. Do not test me, little dog, you don't know. You looking up at the Shogun. Never satisfied.
Cartel, what's poppin' with y'all boys, man? Before we get started, man, just want y'all to give a quick shout out to today's two sponsors, bro. Myself, you know. Myself, because ain't nobody doing this. I'm just doing this for the love of the game. I don't get paid to do this. And then your boy Benny from Maximilian Dude's little shindig. He got the little fighting pad right here and all that. He didn't sponsor the video neither. You just, you know, I just needed a reason to show him off. I can't even fool y'all. Anyway, back to the video. Tekken, where the best fights get personal, where your skill as a player and as a person get tested. I've been there. You've been there. You're probably there right now. Tekken 8 has now been out for officially a couple weeks at the time of this recording, and it is a war zone. Ranked has been showing the players' mentalities and their lack thereof within the first few weeks. Some people have legit climbed their way up to the top. Others have sacrificed everything to skip the learning aspect for a title in their game by boosting or rage quitting every loss. Absolutely pathetic. Where does that leave the little guys though? Guys who are either brand new to Tekken, or have been playing but haven't found a way to surpass their current self, or people that are looking to get better without going full on pro. Maybe that kind of person is you. And that's what led you to this video. A valiant soldier who's decided to take on the mountain that is Tekken. For all his glory when you succeed, and for all his pain when it rolls you over. Why are you still laying there for? Are you just going to sit there in defeat? Or are you going to get up and turn left before slapping them with the side of your dick? Cartel, man, what's poppin' with y'all boys, man? You already know what time it is, man. It's your boy Golden Ghost, and welcome back to the Golden Ghost Cartel Dude, baby boy. Now today I have something very special and something that's taken me quite some time to get around to do, because this is not only something I've never done before, but I also want to do it in a way that's entirely unique compared to, you know, other Tekken guy videos that you've seen before. So yeah, man, let me be frank with y'all. I'm not a pro player, bro. I'm not a top player. You probably won't even find me in the top 1,000 of the leaderboards, and, you know, unless you search for the character mains. But I'm not here to glaze myself or anything like that, bro. Because yeah, man, I'm not here to like basically like flex that I'm a pro or anything like that, and now I'm gonna teach you this stuff like based on like a teacher mentality, bro. What I lack in skill, I make up for in relatability. I'm just like all of you guys. At least that's what I would consider myself. Like all of y'all that's watching, I'm like y'all. I'm in the same boat that y'all been in, bro. I went through all the phases of the Tekken cycle since like Tekken 6, bro. Like Tekken 6, Tekken Revolution, Tekken Tag 2, around that time is when I got started, bro. Just playing just to play, eventually having a drive and the want to get better because I have a competitive spirit, eventually getting discouraged to the point of wanting to quit the game and breaking way too many controllers that I care to admit, and eventually picking up on different aspects to evolve into a much better player. And now with Tekken 8 out, bro, Tekken 8 now not only is it probably the most accessible that his like Tekken has been, like as far as like being able to give you tools to learn, but I feel like the things that this game is giving you specifically, I feel like personally it should raise the skill ceiling across the board. So that leads me to where we are now, where I not only do I want to, you know, I want to highlight those things, but I want to give you guys actual tips, things that I wish I would have been told when I first started trying to actually play and learn and get better at this, you know, at this franchise, bro. And, you know, I basically want to give, basically the purpose is I want to be able to give you guys this guide almost like a student that's learning with you, being able to give you pointers and stuff, rather than a teacher that already knows everything about that there is to teach about the lesson. You know, I want to be able to give you guys all the things that I wish I was told when I was first playing Tekken with the intent to win, bro. And speaking of winning, that brings me to my very first point.
I'm sorry, bro. I've never done that before. I can't believe I just did that. Damn it! Ah! Who am I? I'm ass! Why did I do that? Why did I do that on record? Bro, I'm sorry. Chat, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, bro.
Alright, so first things first, bro. Probably the most important thing that you guys need to understand about a game like Tekken, bro, is that if you're playing with a mindset of just trying to win, bro, especially if you're starting out, bro, you're definitely not playing the right game, bro. There's way too many things in this game that you need to learn and figure out before you can actually, get into, actual stride of winning, bro. You gotta understand pokes, you gotta understand movement, you gotta understand frames and stuff like that. That, the things that level your game up to the next level, these are all things you have to understand, bro. It's almost like a puzzle, bro. You can't just get the whole picture when you don't have a grasp of at least a few of the pieces. If you don't know how one piece connects to the next, bro, you're just pressing buttons, bro, at that point, bro. But that still doesn't change the fact that, you cannot be thinking to win in order to feel like you've achieved something on this game, bro. That does nothing but hurt your mentality when it comes to this game, bro. I know this from experience because I ended up quitting Tekken for a long period of time myself during the Tekken Revolution days, bro, and I was not really that good at all, man. And, that on top of me trying to upload stuff on YouTube, bro, and I was getting like, I was getting hate watchers and stuff like that, bro. My 16-year-old mind at the time, bro, I couldn't handle that, bro. And it made me quit. And then I ended up joining Dead or Alive. And then, that's how I ended up becoming a Dead or Alive player. But that's like a whole different story, bro. I eventually did come back to Tekken 7. And I had, the same mindset for a minute. But around that time, I was juggling DOA and Tekken at the same time. And I was actually being coached on DOA a little bit by, a few friends that were actually really good. They gave me a message on the mindset that kind of changed everything for me personally. For just like most fighting games that I play going forward, bro, it's not just about winning. It's about if you learned anything while playing the match, bro. If you're destroying someone online, bro, you haven't learned nothing. The same way as if you're getting completely destroyed, you're not learning anything, bro. But that's the most important aspect about games like this, bro. When you're playing Tekken, you have to be able to take something away from your games, bro. And if your mindset is just winning, you're not going to be taking anything away from the game because you're not winning, bro, all the time. Every loss should be a lesson learned. Learning the game this way does two things specifically. One thing that does, it keeps your nerves calm. Using myself as an example again, Tekken has got to be one of the games where I've raged the most at for multiple reasons, bro. At first I raged because I couldn't win, but now I feel like when I rage more often than not, bro, it's just because of the fault. It's just because of the fact that, there's something that I don't understand, and I don't know how to stop it at the time, Wrong. I've had beef with Wrong since the inception of Tekken 7 itself, bro. I literally have hated that character for so long, bro. I was like his top 3 biggest hater of all time. Despite how much I've tried to fight him with multiple characters, I just don't understand how to deal with his pressure sometimes, bro. And that was just a fact of me not knowing how to deal with his stuff. But with the stuff in the game that's currently in the game now, I find him to be a little bit more easier to deal with now than he ever was in 7, bro. I say all this to say, man, that focusing and learning and understanding what's going on between you and the other player will make you more calm and accepting of the losses you will eventually have to take, because no player is unbeatable, bro. Even the best players in the world, like even the best Tekken player in the world, has lost to people that are way weaker than him or way stronger than him, depending on who you ask, bro. The second thing this mindset does, it increases your growth, because instead of banging your head against the wall, constantly dealing with stuff that you can't understand, or just because of the fact that you can't win, you're actually taking the time out to understand what's happening to you, and you can make those proper steps to make those adjustments, so that way the next time you run into something like that, you know how to deal with it. A good example of this is Victor. Victor is a character that I've seen receive a lot of hate. I'm gonna give y'all a tip on how to deal with him right now. Now, this might be getting ahead of myself a little bit, bro, but a lot of people, you know, rage at this guy Victor. I've seen Victor get a lot of hate, and I've seen Victor, you know, get a lot of vulgar language from people in not only YouTube stream chats, but, you know, in just the Tekken chat in general, and, you know, just overall, people really do not like Victor. And it's mainly because that man can be, you know, that was all one button, you know, this is one button, you know, stuff like that. I can, it's, you know, from somebody that doesn't know how to deal with this. This could be very annoying to deal with. But did you know that if you block this and you duck the gun, if you block this and duck the gun, because the gun is a high, so if you block it and duck the gun, he's basically free to get launch punished, which leads to stuff like this happening. One thing that you guys gotta understand, that Tekken, majority of the time, is a game of knowledge checks, bro. A game of taking risks, taking guesses, and knowledge checks, man. And the more you know about a game, or the more you know about this game, and the more you understand about not only the character you're dealing with, but the player behind the controller, bro, which you'll only get from playing them, and with playing will eventually become losses, bro. You're not gonna win every time. It's not gonna happen. You know, but as long as you're taking the time to learn these things, you can deal with them in the future, bro, and you won't have to worry about that. You won't have to worry about certain stuff like that ever again, bro. You know, it's that simple. So now that we understand that winning is not the priority when it comes to getting better at this game, bro, now I can actually show you guys some universal tips that I picked up or learned, you know, that I want to pass down to you guys, so that you should rarely lose to mashing, you know, people that's just pressing buttons, bro. But before we can do that, we need to figure out what character we want to use, man.
What the fuck is this piece of shit?
Now, when it comes to picking a main, it's literally all subjective on what you're trying to do, bro. But this is the main thing that I'm going to tell you, bro, so that way you can walk away with it. Do not worry about what characters are hard or easy, which ones are good or bad. Literally every character is viable if you put the time in them to learn them, bro. There's people who have the worst characters in the game and have taken them up to ranks higher than I am, bro, currently, bro, and I'm in purple. If execution's what you're worried about, you know, don't. Unless you're playing like a Mishima or something like a super optimal lead combos, or if you're trying to you know, do like execution heavy stuff with, I don't know, Raven, because I know Raven, he's a pretty hard character to use and get good with. Unless you're trying to do something like that, bro, do not worry too hard about execution, bro. That's not, bro, execution is not the sole thing that makes this game difficult, bro. It's an aspect, it's a piece of the puzzle that makes the game difficult, but it's not the whole puzzle, bro. And I don't know why people misconstrue that so much. Just because you can do a 14 frame just frame hard execution move, just because you can pull it off in practice mode, does not always mean it's going to be the most viable option in game, bro. Sometimes, you know, sometimes it's just you have to pull out other options, bro, which is the purpose of, you know, actually training more than just your execution. You know, me personally, I don't put too much emphasis on learning high execution characters. I want to learn like the fundamentals of the game, and you know, you generally get those fundamentals by playing like characters that aren't, you know, really high execution wise. But like I said, it's all subjective. Literally do whatever you want to do, bro. Another thing, not to really harp on the execution thing, but it is in my script. Also keep note that the high execution moves like the electrics, the taunt jet uppers, the butterfly loops and stuff, that's literally maybe 10% of the tech in this game, bro, that's actually hard to pull off, and even more so online, bro. So it's like some of these and some of these things you don't even really need to play at the game at a high level, bro. You know, like a good example of this is wave dashing. Like wave dashing at the low and even mid levels, bro, are implemented so poorly by certain players, bro. And what I mean by that is that some people just be wave dashing at somebody in the neutral, bro, and they're so focused on the wave dash itself that they aren't doing the actual mix-up part on time, which is the whole point of wave dash in the first place, is, you know, to apply a mix-up. But how are you applying a mix-up when you're just dashing in somebody's face when they can pop you in the mouth, bro? You know, just like with it's almost the same deal as Lars doing silent entry stances, bro. If you're just doing silent entry stances in my mouth and not attempting to block out of, you know, certain stances and stuff, you're just gonna get popped in the mouth, bro. But again, bro, don't even focus on none of that, bro. The main thing you need to focus on is finding somebody you like, because that's the most important thing about choosing a main character. Pick whoever you like, bro. If you do want to go the execution character route, do keep in mind that you will be putting a lot more time in the practice than others, because you're going to be needing to work on those execution moves and stuff like that. And then another thing to note, bro, and especially if you're new, do not go picking up 3-4 characters, bro. These characters have like 100 to 200 moves a piece, bro. You need to pick one character and rock with them for a minute until you feel like you've mastered them to a degree to where you can switch to somebody else, bro. When you pick one character, assume you're married to that person for a good amount of time, bro. Cause so you trying to mix around with 3 or 4 characters, you trying to speed date, bro, you're gonna end up hurting yourself, bro. So let's go ahead and pick a character. I'm gonna go ahead and pick my main personally, and that would be June. The reason why I picked June is because, you know, look at her, bro. She a bad bitch, bro. And if you guys know me from any of my content, bro, if you guys ever look back, bro, on my fighting game stuff, bro, I love my bad bitches in fighting games, bro. I'm horny on main all the time, bro. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. We're gonna go ahead with June, and now that we've got our character, it's time to go over some universal tips that will help you improve no matter what character you picked. And let's start with the controller.
Nigga, hold up, bro. Fucking whatever. Oh, is that gonna kill? Holy shit! Holy shit! Oh my god! Holy shit! Oh shit!
Okay, so a couple things to note before you do anything, bro, is your controls and your button layout, man. Y'all gonna have to forgive me for this, because this is gonna come off as, you know, mean or come off as an attack, bro. But it's simply just some tough love. I have to tell you, bro, if you're using this simple style, bro, please, for yourself, turn that shit off, bro. You are not doing anything but hampering yourself, bro, if your goal is to learn this game, bro. You're not learning anything real with the special style, bro. And, you know, the frames on majority of the special style toolkit are usually not, you know, very safe or optimal. Really, man, anyone who's ever played Tekken, bro, it's not good. It's just simply not a good system, bro. At least with Street Fighter 6's motor controls, you had enough options to actually have a play style with the control scheme. But special style, it literally will not get you anywhere if your goal is to improve at the game, bro. So now that we turned off the special style and we're actually playing some actual Tekken, we need to understand the buttons and the notations that will be in every character guide video you look up your character choice on, bro. You're gonna come into a character guide, the person in the video gonna be talking about they're gonna be talking about numbers, and you're gonna be like, bro, what are the numbers, bro? What are these numbers, man? What is going on? You're gonna be lost, bro. You're gonna be lost in the sauce trying to understand the lingo, bro, unless they gave you a notation ahead of time. But since you're here, I'm gonna give you guys the notations. If you guys could please refer to your PlayStation 5 controller for me, because that is what I be playing on, you know, even though it's probably to my own dismay. Here are the notations. So the directional buttons are about the same, man. Literally, when they say down, forward, back, up, forward, all that, then that's just the directional pad, D-pad. You know, just take it for what it is. The numbers are the buttons. So 1 will be square, triangle will be 2, X would be 3, and circle would be 4. If you're on Xbox, X would be 1, Y would be 2, A would be 3, and B would be 4. Those are your notations for reference whenever you guys go to a combo guide or a combo video, or if you guys go to a character guide or anything like that to learn your character and stuff like that, bro. Last things but not least, bro, take advantage. If you are on a controller like myself, bro, take advantage of these macros, bro. Take advantage of these shortcuts. Take good advantage of these extra things, because you have all these extra buttons that you can use to, make certain stuff easier. That way you don't gotta press 2 buttons for a throw. You can just press 1 button for a throw. Take advantage of that, because that just, it's just stuff to make your life a little bit easier, bro. And these are accessible to, if you're playing on arcade stick too. If you have the extra buttons, go ahead and use those extra buttons, man. Okay, so we selected a character and we got the buttons the way we want them. Now it's time to jump online, right? Absolutely not, brother. We gotta figure out a strategy for our character and how we're even going to play them, how we even want to approach other players, and what we want to do to even start with the character's movement, bro. Speaking of movement, bro, remember earlier when I mentioned stuff about wave dashing when I was talking about the execution? Probably not. I probably forgot to mention it. I still won't say focus on wave dash or nothing like that, but what I'm going to give you guys is something I like to call a bootleg Korean backdash, or a bootleg KDD. The reason why I call it bootleg is because it's really not a clean input, but it looks really clean. It looks really clean despite it not being clean. So literally all I'm doing is I'm hitting back twice to get my backdash, and then I'm pressing back, or I'm pressing down once or up once to get the side step. And what that makes is this bootleg Korean backdash, bro. It's not clean. It's not gonna be clean, unless you choose to clean it up when you look up at like an official guide on how to Korean backdash and stuff. But really, this is really all you need to do something similar to at least get a little bit of spacing between you and your opponent. That's just a little bit faster than this, And then the reason why I also recommend doing this is just to take advantage of the side step mechanic in general and the sidewalk mechanic, bro. It gets you in the habit, bro. It gets you in the habit. Sometimes when I'm trying to, just do this to get away from my opponent's pressure, sometimes I actually, back up. They press a button, I do this, and boom, I just sidestep them. Now they free for a free punish. You feel me? And it's just little stuff like that, bro. The stuff literally gets you in the habit of sidestepping on top of it. And the sidestepping is important, especially if your opponent, especially if your character has sidestep attacks and stuff like that. Like, it's a lot of nuances to it that really just make me feel like doing the sidestep backdash, bootleg Korean backdash little tactic is still something that you should be doing if you wanna still be able to take advantage of some of the movement in this game, bro. It will put you a step above the lower levels, bro. I promise you. Because when they're just doing this, bro, when they're just doing this versus you doing this, the likelihood of them pressing a button and whiffing is a lot more likely, because you're doing this a lot more. You're doing this to getting away from them a lot faster than they're just holding back, bro. I would say now at this point, bro, first thing you want to do is, I don't know, you already looked at some combos. Let's look at some combo challenges. It's time to dig into your character and figure out what makes your character, what's some good stuff about your character. I feel like a lot of this will take time, just not due to the difficulty, unless you're trying to do some really advanced stuff, but really just building the muscle memory for your combos, bro. And you don't have to just do these combo challenges and rely solely on them, bro. There's so many different routes you can take, bro. There's so many different combo routes you can take with your character that it doesn't make any sense, bro. Figure out, what stuff works, what stuff doesn't, and, take advantage of how many hits you can get in the air and basically go accordingly, And then also adjust your stuff, bro. Also adjust your combos. Learn how to adjust your combos for when an opponent's near a wall, because when your opponent's near a wall, you can set them up to do a lot more damage than what you could just normally in the air. So we get something like that, real basic. Or since they're near a wall, I could adjust for it. So boom, and now that's a wall combo just right there waiting to happen, bro. You take advantage of the wall, man. Learn your routes, learn to adjust some combos and stuff like that. Once you feel like you have some combos set up, learn how to implement them. Learn how to implement them into the wall, and not just the wall, but also the stage effects. The stages on this Tekken specifically is basically DOA ass stages, bro. You have different things. What you guys just seen was a wall smash or a wall break that just blew them to the other side to allow me to continue my combo. Take advantage of that, because there's different things all over these stages. All of them will allow you to continue your combos and stuff. Learn them and figure out what you can do, figure out what's possible and what's not possible. Once you feel like you have some solid combos, then you can move on to the next section. So now that you've learned a couple combos, learned how to knock people up in the air, you learned how to, do a couple combos on against the wall, you even learned how to do the stage interactions. Some of you guys might have took the extra credit and learned how to implement heat into your combos, bro. And for that, I gotta give you a pat on the back, baby. Now it's time to learn some more buttons, bro. It's time to learn what buttons you can or should and shouldn't do in the neutral, bro, when you're applying pressure and when you're on defense, bro. You need to know how to apply these things, man. You need to know how to apply these things to set up for your combos, to set up for certain things, bro. You need to learn your punishers too, because all of it goes hand in hand, bro, if I'm being honest. The punishers into the pokes, into the into combos, into frame traps, which we'll get into frame traps in a second. All of it is literally implemented. It all ties in hand, bro. So let's get started by looking at the move list, bro. So Tekken 8 does something very unique by adding in all, just a few moves to get you started. A few things, that you could probably add in to get yourself started during, as far as like learning a few go-to options and stuff for the very basic level. But eventually you're gonna find yourself here with where all the moves are at, the whole 130 joints. Don't let that discourage you. Start with the punishers. Your bottom left corner is going to be your best friend here. Let's start with the most universal punish that I'm pretty sure every character has. Their 10 frame punish, which is just a jab. On block, that is +1. What that math tells me is that if I'm +1, and I go for a second jab, which is another 10 frames, and they try to go for their fastest move, which will be a jab of their own, my jab would win because I'm +1. And since both our moves come out at 10 frames, my move basically comes out at 9 frames for him because I'm +1, and thus I will win that interaction, bro. And it's things like that you need to keep in mind when you're applying these pressure options. Like there, for instance, if I do down forward 1, that's -3, so I need to be careful on what I do there, because if he does anything that's 12 frames or slow, or 12 frames or faster, he can basically take my turn. If I were to do this, now I'm +3. If you were to press anything in that situation and he blocked that, he would be forced to eat this. If he were to block that like he just did, that's -12, and anything that's -12, -10, and anything that's -10 and faster is officially punishable. Meaning that even if I try to hold back after this, he can still hit me, as long as he punishes correctly. It's very important to learn what your punishes are. Rule of thumb, most of your punishes are moves that are 10 frames to 15 frames, and that's really dependent on the move that they do. If they do a move that's -14, you're going to want to do a 14 frame punish or faster. Your 10 frames are normally your fastest, but generally you don't get that much damage and stuff like that. Like for instance, you just do your jab, on hit, or let's see, you throw that out, that does actually a chunk actually, but your jabs generally aren't going to do that much damage. 10 frames. They do something big and it's like -17 or something crazy, you can full on launch them for a full combo. Remember when I said that your punishes and your pokes almost go hand in hand? I say that because when you cycle through this move list, bro, if I were to go through here and I was to go to the jabs, right? So these are all your moves that you got in heat. Here's our jab. Oh, it's a 2-hit. This goes into a Zumo smash. What is a Zumo smash, right? Well, I keep going down there and they have a bunch of things that you can do while you're in the Zumo stance. Look at this. They have a move that can just take you straight into it. Huh. And they have a bunch of other moves that you can do while you're in the stance. Wow. You know? And just like that, by trying to look into your one jab as a punisher, you done discovered a whole mix-up. And that's something that you can, you know, implement into your game plan. Like I said, you're not going to be using all of these, bro. You're going to be finding one or two things that really work, or that work really well. And then as time goes on, you're going to be slowly but surely implementing new things into your game plan, one thing at a time, bro. Before you even know it, bro, you're going to mess around and know about like at least like 3/4 of this kit, bro. And you're going to know exactly what situation you're going to want to use stuff in. Another way you can get started with punishment, right, is the punishment training system, bro. Especially if you're dealing with a certain character, you don't know how to deal with them. They have punishments for specific moves they have on both the normal and the hard levels. It's a good way to get started on how to implement yourself on defense, and that's going to automatically translate into your offense when you look at the move list and you figure out what you want to do. And again, I cannot state enough, pay attention to your frames, bro, because your frames are going to be your best friend. Speaking of all that, let's get into the frame traps now. So what a frame trap is basically putting them in a situation like that, where basically your characters, depending on your character, but majority of the cast at least has a couple moves that give them massive frame advantage, but you normally have to set them up like this. That's 18 frames, like somebody can hit you out of that. You're going to want to put them in setups, and that translates across all skill levels, right? If your opponent doesn't respect the frame trap, bro, they're going to get hit by, you know, a counter hit. And that's basically what a counter hit setup is. It's basically putting them in a frame trap, setting them up to get caught by something else. And if they don't, say they do block it, and you see that they're, you know, respecting your frame traps and stuff, then you can go right back into your offense, go right back into your mix-up with it, man. And that's really the gist of it. So I'm just going to give you guys an example on just how important the frame traps are and why you should always be paying attention to your frames. Right now, Huarong's on standing block. Let's put him to punish, and let's set him on his fastest button. His fastest button is a fasting high attack, 10 frames, right? Let's put it in like this. This move right here is a counter hit launcher. And this move puts me at +6. With those two knowledge things in mind, bro, if I'm in a situation like this where we're both spacing each other out, boom. If he decides to press after I use this as a get in tool, he not only takes that, look at all that damage he took because he decided to press a button. And that's why frame traps are so good. That's why frame traps are meant to be feared. And that's why you should be using them in this game. But yeah, man, that's the TLDR of it, bro. Pay attention to your frames. If you have them at frame advantage, be sure to apply them counter hit launchers, bro, when you are pretty sure they're gonna press. Because if they press right there, that's money. If they don't press, you just keep applying your offense from that point, bro, and that's more money. Also, pay attention to your heat engagers as well, bro, because your heat engagers are basically 50-50s, bro. Look at this situation I'm in. That's +17. That's a +17 situation that I'm in right now because of that heat engager, which means I am basically have grounds to do whatever I want. They have no choice but to respect that heat engager. And if they don't, they're bound to get counter hit, bro. And then once again, from here, you can do whatever you want. You can go low, you can go in a mid, you can go high, you can reapply your mix, you can throw them. You can really do whatever you want in that situation because of all the plus frames that you get. You literally have so many options that the opponent have to guess and block correctly, bro. And speaking of blocking,
I don't know how to block 50-50.
yeah.
So
Okay, look here, man. I understand that this is a much more offensive and aggressive Tekken than the previous iterations, man. This game is a lot more accessible. This game has a lot more things that allow you to, or incentivize you to play the offense more, bro. But that, all that does not mean that defense does not matter in this game, bro. You can already do a side step as long as, if you're doing the bootleg Korean backdash joint, bro, then you're able to create the spacing and stuff. So that's one part of defense already, bro. You need to know how to block though. You know, blocking doesn't even require you to press a button. Just to give you, I'm not pressing a single button. Since it's well wrong, it's kind of BS, because if the low hits you, the other move is guaranteed to hit you. In that case, if that were happening, if you want to block low, down back. It's just so important to block, dude. Like, it should be self-explanatory, but there's still a lot of people who want to press in certain situations and stuff. Sometimes it's good to just keep calm and block certain stuff, because blocking forces the opponent to do something where they're on offense, and the more stuff that they reveal on offense with their game plan, the more you'll be able to recognize these things they do on offense. You'll be able to recognize the patterns. You learn more of the patterns, the more you're able to take advantage of mistakes that they'll make, and the more advantages you'll be able to get over opponent will more than likely make or break a round, bro. If you're able to outpace or if you're able to predict your opponent's offense and play proper defense, then you can shift the momentum right back in your favor that quick, like literally in the snap of a finger, bro. Nothing feels more better than blocking the exact move your opponent is going for on reaction than punishing them for their mistakes. In some cases, it's just a couple hits, or depending on how bad it is, you can hit them with a full combo, bro. As far as like what's best, it really just depends on what what the move is and what you can use the punishment with. That's just something you're gonna have to go into practice mode for. Check your move list. Your move list is literally your best friend, bro. When you get to this point on defense, bro, your move list is your best friend, because they literally have moves. Another thing too, you see that little blue spiral right there? That blue spiral means that the attack is a homing. And what a homing attack does, it stops people from being able to sidestep. Very important buttons to add to your bag too, especially when you're trying to play the offense. But we're not talking about just offense. But yeah, man, you're gonna have to learn your punishments with these. It's kind of like, it's basically exactly what I said in the previous part of this section. You don't want to mess around and try the wrong punish on the wrong stuff, and you mess around and get punished for trying to punish incorrectly. Look at your moves, look at your move list to figure out what good things could be punishment for. Once again, they have punishment training right here for this, and if there's a specific move that you're having a hard time dealing with, you set the training mode to defense, and then you can literally select a move from your opponent's move list, and then you can figure out what the frames on it are. On block, you can figure out what you have to do to deal with it, and then you go from there, bro.
Okay. Ooh. Got him. And that's what matters. And that's what matters. Let's go.
So by this point, I would say technically you have learned enough stuff to finally hop online. You understand your defenses, and you understand that you need to punish stuff. You understand, your combos. You understand how to move a little bit. You know what you have your buttons set to. You've chosen your main. You understand a couple little buttons to do, in neutral to establish your offense. Got you maybe like a counter hit setup or two. You kind of have the full 9, bro. Shinji. Excuse me, ma'am. Making a video, ma'am. Well, that is a very good segue into what I'm going to talk about next. This is what I would recommend you do right now, right here, right now, bro. What exactly just happened right here? You see how they just walked up to me and did a ghost match? That is what I would recommend you doing before hopping online, bro. I would say take advantage of these. Take advantage of battling other people's ghosts. Take advantage of the arcade quest mode or the super ghost battles, more to be specifically, because what these things do, they help you implement all the things that you just learned and they help you implement them. Into your game plan without much risk to yourself. The thing that I like very much about these about the AI in the super ghost battles and the ghost battles around here is that they play a lot more similar to an actual opponent than just the regular AI that you get from arcade mode and stuff. The arcade mode and stuff like that is, I don't know, man. The AI on there is terrible. The AI for the super ghost battle is so elite, bro. It's something that's just so crazy to me, because it's not a one-of-one. Like, the AI can't adapt to your stuff, but it recognizes the patterns that you use, you know, with your character and stuff. So from that point on, you know, as long as you're fighting people that, you know, have a grasp of what to do in the game and stuff like that, you literally have nowhere to go but up, bro. So take advantage of fighting these super ghost battles. Take advantage of running into people who you feel like are stronger than you, and you can run a ghost match with them. I would recommend taking advantage of the offline stuff first, just so that you can get an idea of how you want to flowchart with your character, how to establish a flowchart, or if you just want to more so just understand the fluidity of how you want your game plan to work. Because the last thing that you want, bro, is to spend all this time training, bro, and just hop straight online after learning it, and then forgetting half the stuff you learned trying to establish something, but ending up forgetting all you learned, and then you just revert back to, you know, just pressing stuff. Don't want to do that, man. Once you feel like your gameplay's solid and you're making decisions at a fluid pace, bro, you're officially ready to take on the online. But there's still one last thing I need to cover once you go online that'll really take your game to the next level, bro.
Michaels trying to figure out exactly, ladies and gentlemen. Well, it's one of those keys, Sean. Yeah, that's right. The one. That's the one right there. That's it. On the AOL line. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Shawn Michaels is in.
Try not to mind the unhinged comment section that's going on right now in this lobby, bro. I have nothing to do with those shenanigans. Once you step online, bro, it does not mean you're done with training, bro. Far from it. As a matter of fact, your training really begins here. Once you're finally taking on the online and you got like a better understanding of what you're doing and how to do it, despite everything we went over, bro, it's still an inevitable fact that you will lose, and you'll end up running into things that you have a hard time dealing with, bro. You'll win some, you lose some, but the most important thing is that you learn. That's something that I have to reiterate from the very beginning of the video. This system right here is the most effective way that we will be able to learn, on top of everything that we've gone over so far. This right here is where Tekken 8 is very special, and I feel like they've really set the bar as far as like how replays should function in fighting games from this moment forward, bro. The online replays on this game is the most elite thing I've seen from a replay system ever. Ever, bro. This should be the new standard for fighting games going forward, bro. Let's keep on with the Victor example, because I used the Victor example at the start. Let's say you're on a roll winning some games, then you run into a Victor and they have a whole bunch of stuff that you have no idea how to deal with, right? So what we will do in this case, we're not going to use my replays because I don't know, it's probably gone now. I was playing with Alyssa today. Really, you can go to any replay. So let's go ahead and do that. Pick it from a whole different myriad of things. We're gonna go into a ranked match and we're gonna go ahead and select Victor. Or if you have their Tekken ID, you can search by Tekken ID. Let's say for the sake of this video, since I was using Alyssa, let's say the opponent is Alyssa. They're going to run by a whole bunch of online matches that run this matchup. This seems like a good one right here because Alyssa didn't win any matches right here. So for this example, we ran into a Victor and we got our ass beat. So our goal from this point is to figure out what we got our ass beat with and how we can deal with it in the future. So let's reset these. I like to show the details as far as the frame data, and some of these things be pausing. I like to display these two without pausing, and then I like it to freeze with moves you can duck under and what things you can break. And that's normally how I like to set it up. The game will literally tell you whenever you're ducking something or whenever you block something that you can duck, and whenever you need to throw something. And then there's another system that's very specific to this. See, like right there, that was actually perfect. So let's actually display that while paused. That was actually perfect. So can I pause this? There we go. So what's so great about this system is not only will it train you on how to deal with certain stuff. So right now it automatically paused, and it's going to tell me the punishment technique for this is forward 1+2. I can literally hit the train button by pressing X. Boom. And you can literally muscle memory this down. I literally have taken control of the character and this isn't even my replay. I can take control of the character and figure out what to do. Let's continue. And in that scenario, they missed the punish completely. It's fine. So I see that they're getting hit with a wild setup right here. They're getting hit with a counter hit setup right there. So I can see right off of here, off rip, if you look here, he's +5. You should not be pressing right here. And because of that, he's getting screwed. So how are we able to figure out what to do in this situation? Let's pause it right here. Do you see that thing down there that says P1, P2 controls? This is something called replay takeover, and it is so elite. Literally, with the press of a button, I can take control of this character in this situation. So just off that, I can see exactly what just happened. So if I block right there, if I were to block that setup, I'm +8. It's kind of quick just because of that little situation. But from here, I can literally experiment what to do. Boom. I learned just off that I can get a free heat engager if I just block. And we already discussed what happened when you do a heat engager. I'm +18 according to the frame data down there, which means Cash Money City, bro. It's my turn, my mix, my game, bro. And I got all of that data just from looking at that one situation, bro. And now just off that, I can go back to the thing and watch it as normal. Once again, getting hit by that exact same setup. Once again, he doesn't really understand that situation right. And then I'm just gonna run that last part back one more time. I'm gonna go over that one part one more time. Block that, duck the gun, bink, 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 and then you can go from there. Got all that just off of being able to punish that, bro. Just block that, duck, and then punish accordingly, bro. Because he can't block out of that. He can't block after he does that gunshot teleport. And I think if he would have just implemented them two things, he would have did much better against this Victor than what he did. But since he didn't block that, he set himself up wide open for a mix-up, and he's falling for that exact same thing over and over again, you know. So yeah, man, whenever you run into stuff that gives you problems, bro, whenever you run into stuff that gives you trouble, man, just look at your replays and then try to use that. That in a way is almost if not more valuable than just hopping into training mode, bro. After you get to a certain point, because you get to look at these things in the you get to look at these things online. You literally get to see what mistakes you're making, and you get to adjust accordingly, and then you just make sure it never happens to you again, bro. Now, I understand some things are easier said than done, especially with other characters and stuff. Victor is just one example, and there's some things that are going to be hard to deal with, especially online. But these online replays are really going to be helpful for you in the future when you're being knowledge checked about some stuff and you have no idea how to deal with it.
Why are oranges called oranges, but an apple is not called red? Oh my goodness. I can't take it anymore. Eating a burger with no honey mustard. Eating a burger with no honey mustard. Eating a burger with no honey mustard. Eating a burger with no honey mustard.
The final couple recommendations I can give to you, man. First things first, or I should say last but not least, remember that at the end of the day, bro, this is still just a video game, bro, and video games are meant to have fun, bro. If you feel like you aren't having fun, bro, take a break. Play something else. Play some Tekken Ball, or you could play a completely different game. You could play some Persona or something, or you can play whatever it is that you play that's other than Tekken. You don't have to keep playing Tekken. If you feel like you're getting frustrated with the game, bro, take a break, bro. This game is not going nowhere. The game has just been out for a few weeks, man. But yeah, man, this was a long one. Every tip and trick that I put in this thing, bro, is things that I wish I learned when I first started Tekken, and I feel like all of these will help you improve no matter what character you choose to pick up with. And along with the new tools that they gave you in Tekken 8, bro, I see no reason why the Tekken player skill shouldn't improve across the board. With how accessible they made like the things for people to get into it, but I feel like across that higher skill gap, bro, is still that level of depth, bro, that that people need to understand in order to get over. That's literally about all I can say, bro. But before I leave, there is still one last thing I need to show you, and that will be recommendations for other channels, bro, because everything that I've done and told you guys has been just everything that I've told you guys has really been, for the most part, things like general overview type things, bro. I haven't really gone in depth with everything like I should have, or like I could have. But if I were to do that, this video would probably be like 3 hours long. I didn't want to do that. I don't want to give you guys sensory overload. I just want to give you guys something to where basically giving you guys all the information you need to get your feet in the water, bro, without hurting you, bro. It's a lot of information out there. And what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna open up the floodgates for you guys to basically explore on your own from this point. FDX is one of I would say the more guide-centric people, and not only that, he also was responsible for defeating Arslan Ash, who is probably the best Tekken player ever, and he was able to beat him in a bracket set. But this man has quite literally made multiple videos basically going over a majority of the things that we went over, in a way. Like, he's went over definitive Korean backdashing, he has intermediate tips, backup kicks, basically for just about every breaking king throws. He has a video that goes in grave detail for just about every situation you can think of, at least currently. Like, he's made some really good videos that really goes in depth with the things that, like, in major detail. Like I said, I only glossed over some of these, but if you want something specific, I think FDX would be your guy. Another guy that will really be that has been really good on the guide work would be Rufelmonger. I feel like Rufelmonger also makes very very nice detailed videos. He makes starter guides. He makes content for all fighting games, but his Tekken stuff is what I'm mainly focused on right now. He has stuff that kind of like goes over, you know, stuff about, you know, the Tekken stuff, and then it has like starter guides for characters he's interested in and stuff. Kind of a similar thing. He also has a choose your main type of video, how you know, about he has a beginner's guide of his own to Tekken 8. So yeah, man, it's a lot of good stuff out there, man. Once again, bro, I'd like to thank all of you guys for making it to the end of the video, man. I really appreciate it, man. And if you guys enjoyed this, man, you already know, don't forget to leave a like, comment, share with your friends, all that good shit. And as always, subscribe for some more from the Golden Ghost Cartel. If you guys have replays and stuff like that, shoot, you guys can always add me as a friend. Let me do that. Let me show you guys this now. If you guys ever want to send me your replays and stuff, or you want me to like look at certain stuff for you and, you know, help you guys, you know, do something different, or maybe try something different or something like that, you guys can always feel free to send me a friend request. Or if you guys want to play me, you guys, you know, send me a friend request or something like that. I have been trying to keep it on like a very firm schedule to stream this on Saturdays, at least until I start playing DOA again. But I normally try to keep my fighting game stuff to Saturdays and stuff like that. So as long as I'm playing Tekken, I'll be, you know, trying to stream it on Saturdays and stuff like that. So yeah, man, you guys feel free to add me and stuff, and we can make other, you know, we can make other videos just based on, you know, either replays or running sets, whatever you guys want to do, man. But yeah, that's all I got for you guys, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Deuces.